Over the casino here in Newcastle. It's great to be here ahead of our first show for some time here in the North East, and so excited about Saturday night live and exclusive on Sky Sports from 8 PM. We've got a packed top table here tonight. As always, I think we should give everybody a welcome. Starting down the end, a young man who we're delighted to see debut on Saturday night. He's had a great amateur career, very exciting young fighter. I think you're going to see plenty of him in the North East. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Saunders. On the far end, actually, obviously we had the news a couple of weeks ago about Bradley Saunders fracturing his hand, had to undergo immediate surgery, and obviously bad news for boxing here. He'll be back in the summer, but good news for these two young men, and particularly Jamie Wilson. Obviously Anthony Nelson already on the bill, but these two are in a cracking fight for the Commonwealth Super Flyweight title, both unbeaten. And firstly, I'd like you to welcome Jamie Wilson. His opponent, who has sold a huge amount of tickets for this show, again a wonderful opportunity to fight for a major title live on TV. I'm really looking forward to watching him box, heard plenty about him, and that's Anthony Nelson. Of course, we've seen him involved in some huge fights on Channel 5 and also a winning prize fighter. Great to see him back in action after surgery. Travis Dickinson. A wonderful fight to kick off our live TV broadcast. It's a fight in a cruiserweight division which is really bubbling at the moment, wide open, and these two can certainly take advantage of that. Firstly, the champion defending his WBC international title, SIMMONS. And the challenger, someone obviously, again, the tickets these boys have shifted have been unbelievable. Got a huge opportunity on Saturday night in front of his home fans in a very, very tough fight, and that's the challenger and Travis's brother, John Lewis Dickinson. A gentleman to my left who, you know, I'm not over the moon about seeing in the ring with Anthony Joshua because I quite like him. Lovely guy. His 50th fight this Saturday. We saw him reach the final of prize fighter. Been in with really a who's who of the heavyweight divisions. Deontay Wilder, Amin Mansour, recently just went the distance with the top US heavyweight Gerald Washington, and delighted to welcome back from overseas the Woo Man, Jason GAVERN. And of course right now one of the biggest stars of British boxing. You would have seen an hour-long documentary on him on ITV last night. Delighted to have him back in the ring. It's been a frustrating 5 months for him, coming back from a stress fracture in his back. He's trained very, very hard. Wanted to keep quite a low profile about his inclusion in this show before a couple of weeks ago because he didn't want to let anyone down, but the North East are in for a real treat because the Olympic Super Heavyweight Champion, MBE, Anthony Joshua is in the building on Saturday night. Jeff, I'll start with you. Obviously, you know, carrying the Saunders name forward on Saturday night, was due to debut a little bit earlier in the year, but now in front of around 6,000 or 7,000 at the arena on Saturday night, making you a big TV debut.
Well, what I've got to say, I've got to thank Matchroom and obviously Eddie for that. But like I say, 6,500 people compared to an amateur hall filled, you know, it's a different stage altogether, and I'm over the moon to be given this opportunity to fight on such a big show with the likes of everyone sat on this table with me today.
A case of keeping your head. Obviously, you know, we know you're an exciting fighter, but never boxed in front of that amount of people before in that kind of atmosphere. Just nice and relaxed and get the first one out of the way.
That's correct, yeah. Like I say, what I'm trying to take into the fight is the fact of getting in the ring for the ABA titles. That's the biggest domestic thing you can win in British boxing. And also we've got the Olympic gold medalist sat next to us here, like, so there's nothing to that. But I'm just trying to take of the energy what I used for that fight to go into the ring for this one, block it all out, get in there, get what I get to do, get the rounds under my belt, and just show everyone I can fight, box, do whatever I can do.
And Jamie, obviously a massive opportunity for you, part of a huge contingent of Scottish fighters on this bill, not just Stephen Simmonds, but also the Commonwealth amateur champion Chuck Flynn. Charlie Flynn's going to be on the bill as well. This is a big fight, obviously undefeated, and a shot at the Commonwealth title.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable fight for me. It's a great opportunity, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm going to enjoy the whole occasion. it's a big show as well, so really looking forward to getting in there and ready.
What have you seen of Anthony Nelson so far? You studied him much going into this fight?
Yeah, there's some clips on YouTube that I've looked at. I think where styles will clash well, yeah, and be an entertaining fight for everyone.
Anthony, obviously originally you were going to fight for an English title, then an area title, and now all of a sudden a Commonwealth title strap live on Sky Sports.
Well, like you know, obviously I won the English title last year, so we're just looking to build on that. So unfortunate for Brad, he's had to step out because of his hand. But I mean, it's opened up a massive door and a massive opportunity for me to fight for the Commonwealth title on a massive stage, on a massive Sky show. That's obviously thanks to yourself and Matchroom for sorting that out. So I'd like to say thanks for that. And I hope everyone tunes in on Saturday night because we'll be in for a cracking fight.
Same sort of question as I asked to Jeff. Obviously, the occasion, the thousands of people there live on TV. Is that going to play a factor? Obviously,
I'll thrive on it. I'll thrive on that. I mean, that's what we're working for. You know, we've done the little shows, packed out all the little shows. I've got a good following, plenty of fans come and watch us. So I'm just looking to take that onto the bigger stage, and obviously the Sky Sports show is going to attract a bigger, massive, wider audience. So we're just looking to put the skills on show on Saturday night.
And Travis, obviously, the pair of you have sold a huge amount. I don't know who sold more, I won't ask you, but let me know, because I have to pay one of you more than the other. You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah, it's a great show to fight on. Obviously being out with like disappointment last year, with injury and that, so I'm pleased to get back in front of the home crowd. Got loads of people coming to watch us, so it's going to be a good night. I'm looking forward to it.
Stephen, obviously we've seen you on Sky Sports numerous occasions. The David Graf fight, the Waddy Camacho fight. I feel this is probably the toughest of those tests. Would you go along with that? Well, you better say yes because we're in Newcastle. But you know, I think this is a good fight for you and obviously a big test.
First and foremost, I want to thank all my sponsors. There's too many to name individually. It took me all year to name them. Also, my management team, MGM and Eddie, for giving me this fight on the show. But every fight you come across along the path is going to be your toughest test, because it's your toughest test until you get over it. So I've trained hard and I'm looking forward to getting in there and doing some damage on Saturday night.
I know I saw an article recently that you both feel though, obviously that you'll win the fight, but both feel though that the fight won't go the distance. Is that because of the clash of styles and you just think it's going to be an all action fight?
I don't know, I just believe I'm stronger. He might make comments that I'm easy to catch, but people have never put me away so far, and there's no chance he's going to put me away, so the win's going to be mine.
And John, obviously this is a big opportunity for you. I feel probably you agree a must-win fight now for you in a wide open division.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, a massive thank you to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom for putting us on the show and giving us a massive opportunity. It's a must-win. Everything's gone perfect in training. I'm in great condition. I know a few problems, you know. One of them, I brought a nutritionist on board, which I feel great about. Obviously, Stephen's a great lad, you know, and I'm looking forward to a great fight. The support's been amazing, and I can't wait to walk out there Saturday night, and I'm sure it's going to be electric and going to put on a cracking fight for the fans.
Jason, welcome back. Obviously, you've travelled the world, you've been in with a lot of top heavyweights, and you know the quality of Anthony Joshua, but he was up for this fight, and you accepted it quite quickly, and I know it's one you're looking forward to on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you said, this is my 50th pro fight. This isn't obviously my first rodeo. We've been here 49 other times, and again, on short notice, it isn't my first time. I took this fight on a week's notice. But I'm ready. It's just boxing is about opportunity, and I'm looking forward to this fight. And yeah, it should be a fun time. I just saw something on Facebook before about odds of me getting knocked out within 15 seconds, or 20 seconds, or 30 seconds. I mean, it's kind of funny. But, I mean, it's the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua's here for a reason. He's a gold medalist for a reason, and a lot of respect for him. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun for the fans.
Obviously, the names we mentioned earlier, and most recently, Deontay Wilder, the last fight he had before fighting for the world heavyweight title.
Right.
You've spent some time with Anthony, and obviously you know it's going to be a tough challenge, but the experience, of course, with going into your 50th fight, and Anthony just in his 11th, you believe will play a key?
Yeah, I mean, at this point it's about, taking a fight on a week's notice, flying halfway across the world, you know, time change and all that. But it's about the experience. I mean, Anthony's ready to go. I'm ready to go. I think the experience is definitely going to be key, and I'm going to let that show Saturday night in the fight.
Anthony, obviously been a frustrating period for you. I know how hard you've worked to try and make this date, April the 4th in Newcastle, and very excited about returning to the ring.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention I'll be fighting too soon due to the injury, but luckily I've been working with some good people, nutritionists, rehabilitation people. That's got me in good stead. And there's no sparring or no training you can really do to prepare for Gavin. 50 fights, so much experience, very awkward. When I watch his videos, he's so awkward to hit. And he's very entertaining as well, can get in your head mentally. And it's going to be really entertaining Saturday night. I've been out for 5 months, so I'll probably have a bit of ring rust myself. He'll be sharp. So should be some heavyweight blows trading, and may the best man win.
Obviously talks of May the 30th against Kevin Johnson, but you know, first things first, Jason Gavern on Saturday night.
Yeah, most definitely. Not looking past Jason Gavern at all. I think Wilder fought him just before he fought for the WBC strap, which is that's amazing. That's amazing for Gavin to put down on his record as well. 11 fights. I know he's probably looking at me like I'm a raw novice in the pro world. He's had 50 fights, so he's looking at himself like he's got so much experience. But hunger and determination is what's got me through a lot of the time. And 10 fights in now, double figures. I can definitely say I'm learning, and just everything comes second nature on Saturday.
You've obviously been fighting so frequently in the past, every couple of weeks or every month.
Yeah.
You feel you'll be rusty from the layoff, obviously, getting back into the arena. I'm sure you'll get a fantastic reception from the North East on Saturday night. A little bit of nerves going on because of, obviously, you've never spent 5 months out of the ring in your pro life, probably not 2 months out of the ring, so feels like almost like a new start.
I'll try not to let the nerves get to me. I was speaking to one of my teammates yesterday about nerves and stuff, and he said that he wanted to build nerves for his last fight to try and get him up for it and keep him sharp, but he said that went in the opposite direction. So learning from his mistakes, I'm going to stay calm, and it seems like it's just a mental thing. Sparring's been really good. I've been sparring with guys who have just come off of tough fights. I've been sparring with guys that are just preparing for fights as well, so they're all sharp, and I've been handling business in sparring, so should be good to go Saturday night.
We can't wait. A couple of other notables not with us today on the bill. Light heavyweight star Jose Burton, sorry, mind blank, he's on the bill as well, and WBC number 2, WBC silver champion Stephen Smith is also on the bill. Jordan King, local lad, and also Lewis Ritson making his debut, I've heard fantastic things about. So tomorrow the weigh-in will be at 4 o'clock, and that'll be at the Hilton Hotel in Newcastle. Come down, support the lads. I want to give a huge thank you to everybody that supported this show in the North East. It's going to be a cracking night on Saturday and the first of many. Thanks to all the fighters, everyone that's been involved with their teams. Mal Gates, Fighting Chance, of course, Steve Wraith as well, and Danny Cox, been a huge help to us here as we really try and grow boxing in the North East. So we're going to break here, we're going to have a group photo, then we're going to have a head-to-head with the fighters and their opponents, and then everyone's available for photos and also obviously one-on-one media interviews. And roll on tomorrow and roll on Saturday night at the Metro Arena. It's going to be a great night. Thanks for coming out.